You're talking too much, Wendy. I do not want you to go to jail. And I'm begging you to stop talking. I'm begging you to stop interviewing. I'm begging you because I don't believe it's helping you. Take it from the Karen you used to like. How about that? Because when you talk, they watch. Okay, they hear you. And so I would have said, respectfully, Andy, I can't answer those questions right now.
It's the nature of who I am. I never like to be in one box. I like to do different things, whether that's professor, author, reality show, TV host of my own YouTube. It's just a juggling act, and I'm loving every second of it.
This may have been the one moment when Wendy should have stopped, thought things through, and stayed quiet instead of moving forward. Instead, her decision seemed to have put both herself and Eddie in a very difficult situation. Now, it appears she is trying everything she can to protect herself, even placing the blame on her husband for actions that many believe were her own responsibility. There are also rumors that she is already considering a divorce if it helps her separate herself from the legal troubles and avoid taking full responsibility for what happened.
Well, detectives in Carroll County say reality star Wendy Osefo concocted a story so far from reality that she's now facing a string of felony fraud charges. At her home in Finksburg today, there was no sign of the housewife, but her neighborhood was buzzing with the news as police accused Wendy Osefo of being a fraud.
It is surprising to think that only 8 months earlier, Wendy was widely liked as a cast member on The Real Housewives. Many viewers enjoyed her confident personality, quick comebacks, and entertaining presence on the show. At that time, she seemed to have a bright future. However, everything changed after she and her husband, Eddie Osefo, were accused of taking part in an insurance fraud scheme. Since then, they have faced intense public criticism and have had to be extremely careful about everything they say and do. The case attracted a lot of attention, but what shocked people the most was not just the reported $450,000 insurance claim or the suspicious break-in. Many were stunned when it was revealed that Wendy had worn the same ring on the red carpet that she had previously claimed was stolen during the burglary. That detail alone raised many questions about the story they had told. Another surprising discovery came when police reportedly found 67 credit cards stored inside 4 expensive luxury wallets. People could not understand why anyone would have so many credit cards. Even more surprising, investigators said there was very little money connected to them. According to prosecutors, Wendy and Eddie were facing serious financial problems and had nearly run out of money. Around April 2024, Wendy had left her regular job and was mainly depending on her income from The Real Housewives. Maintaining an image of wealth and success while trying to support an expensive lifestyle appears to have placed significant pressure on their finances, leaving them in a very difficult situation.
The win for her would be to obviously be exonerated, but the evidence speaks for itself.
Right.
And so when the evidence speaks for itself, you need to do what's in the best interest of your family and your children. And I'm not anywhere associated with that case, so I can't speak to what her attorney is advising her of.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she's a mom. And so I want the best for her and her kids.
Even after everything that happened, Wendy went to BravoCon and acted as if the police were unfairly targeting an innocent black couple. She believed the truth would eventually come out and clear everything up.
It's an unfortunate situation, and right now I can't say too much, but I will say when the time is right, I will share my story with everyone. And for now, they're just allegations, so we will continue to push forward. I know that's right.
When it was announced that Wendy would return as a full-time cast member for season 11 of The Real Housewives of Potomac, many fans felt she was stepping into an extremely difficult situation. It almost seemed like she was willingly walking into a storm, while already dealing with serious personal challenges. If someone was facing legal problems that could potentially lead to a long prison sentence, most people would probably choose to stay out of the public eye instead of allowing cameras to follow every part of their life. Reality television brings constant attention, and every conversation, reaction, and decision can quickly become a topic of discussion among viewers. Of course, Wendy has been on the show for several seasons and understands how reality TV works. She has likely thought carefully about how to protect her public image. Even so, some situations are simply too big for anyone to fully control. Reports suggest that her legal troubles may become one of the biggest storylines of the season. At the same time, Monique reportedly decided to focus some of her own storyline on Wendy after her previous conflict with Stacey Rush failed to gain much attention. Karen also warned Wendy that the cameras would not be kind and advised her to stay quiet instead of saying too much. Still, many viewers believe Wendy needs the income from the Bravo show because legal expenses can be extremely costly. After watching how carefully she answered questions during the reunion, some fans think she plans to reveal only the minimum amount of information, while hoping that will be enough to get through the season without creating even more problems.
It was reported that you have 67 credit cards under your name with multiple aliases. Pam Oliver, Eddie Hennessy.
My legal counsel responded to that in court and corrected that narrative. Those aliases were only used for package and deliveries. There are no aliases in which were used for any financial institution, and that narrative was corrected.
It was also reported that prosecutors claim you have very little money and are in substantial debt.
No, I mean, I respect the legal system. If that is their opinion, then that is their opinion.
Ever since the new season began filming, many viewers have felt that returning to television may not have been Wendy's best decision. Instead of enjoying a fresh start, she has found herself facing difficult questions and growing public attention. Although Wendy is highly educated and often reminds people of her academic achievements, this season has reportedly been much harder for her than expected. Her fellow cast members have been looking for answers about the controversy surrounding her, while many believe the producers have been waiting to capture any mistake she might make on camera. According to reports, Wendy tried to defend the burglary story and insisted that it was a real incident. However, her explanation was quickly challenged by Giselle, putting Wendy in an uncomfortable position. Once the conversation moved away from what she had prepared to say, she reportedly became flustered and struggled to keep control of the discussion. As the pressure increased, she began explaining that her husband, Eddie, was the one who handled everything related to their finances and business affairs. Wendy has also reportedly argued that after she stepped away from her career as a professor, she was no longer involved in managing their financial matters. She claimed that Eddie took full responsibility for those decisions, and that she had no idea how serious the situation had become until law enforcement showed up at their home. There have even been rumors that Wendy is planning to divorce Eddie in an effort to show that she was not involved in any alleged wrongdoing, and to convince the public that she is innocent. Despite these claims, many people online are not convinced. Some fans believe that this explanation does not match the image Wendy has presented over the years. She has often spoken proudly about her education, professional background, and intelligence, making it difficult for some viewers to believe that she knew nothing about the family's financial situation. Many argue that someone with her experience would likely have been aware of what was happening behind the scenes. Some people have compared Wendy's situation to other reality television personalities who also claimed they were simply spouses with little knowledge of their family's financial dealings. In those cases, the public still expected them to take some responsibility. Because of that, many viewers believe Wendy should also be held accountable if any wrongdoing is eventually proven. Online discussions have been filled with different opinions. Some believe Wendy is trying to distance herself from Eddie because they have reached an agreement for him to accept most of the blame. Others think the decision could be related to protecting their children, while the legal issues continue. There are also fans who feel it is unlikely that Eddie acted completely on his own. They believe both spouses may have benefited from their lifestyle, making it difficult to believe that only one person was involved in important financial decisions. Another topic that has sparked debate is Wendy's decision to leave her position as a professor. Some viewers have questioned why she gave up a stable and well-paying career when filming for the show only takes up part of the year. They believe she could have continued teaching while also appearing on television, providing an additional source of income and reducing financial pressure. Others argue that everyone has personal reasons for changing careers, so it is unfair to judge that decision without knowing all the facts. As rumors continue to spread, people are wondering what will happen next. Some think Eddie could end up taking full responsibility, while others believe Wendy may also face serious consequences if investigators determine she played a role. For now, much of the discussion is based on speculation, and many viewers are waiting to see how the story develops and what information is officially confirmed in the future.